Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls, a deep dive into the dark. I'm Dustin and this is Lions Maw Gaming. Today we're going to be taking on the rest of the Undead Burg and heading onwards. But let's get started with leveling up, as we do with every episode. I'm going to put 2 points into dexterity, 1 into strength, and let's take a look at the rest of our souls. We've accumulated a lot of breakable souls. So let's use some of them. These large souls grant us 400 apiece, and with that we can level up again, putting another point into dexterity, and we can get our build for today. The Winged Spear. Now the Winged Spear requires 13 strength and 15 dexterity, and as you can see it's a very long weapon. We're also using the wooden shield that we got at the very end of last episode. As you can see, it's very light, 1.5 pounds, versus, well, these aren't heavy shields, so I don't really have something to show you in comparison, but it blocks far more damage than the other shields that we have, and as you can see, it's actually a normal size shield instead of a small shield, with much higher stability. The only thing it doesn't block as well is magic. But yeah. So, this is going to begin the episode, or the trend of episodes where I'm going to have to spend a lot of time fighting enemies in the hopes of getting all the drops, because that is something I am doing. I will show off every single item that is droppable by enemies at points where I feel that it's a good time. So first off, I'm going to show off the humanity mechanic. If you use a humanity, you have your counter in the top left go up. And if you look at status, on the far right, you'll see item discovery. And you'll see that it reads 150. That is your chance for enemies to drop items. At base, with no humanity, it's at 100. And with 1 humanity, it's at 150. Your biggest boost to your item discovery comes from the first piece of humanity that you have. That's called soft humanity. Hard humanity is the item itself. So, we're going to do some fights after we explore the rest of this area. But let's get started with exploring first. As you can see, we have some incredible reach with the Winged Spear. It's a very good weapon. Oop, I messed up. And as you can see, we can attack from behind the shield. It uses a lot more stamina, but I can sit here and attack from behind the shield. Additionally, we have the power attack, which has even more reach. And now I'll show off another mechanic. If you flick forward with the right or left stick and hit the R trigger, you do a jump attack. But if you do the same but with the right bumper instead, you do a kick. So you can kick away enemy shields and leave them open. Because as you can see, these enemies have very, very sturdy blocks that are very hard to get through, as they also wield spears. So you can either kick their shield away, or you can parry them, do even more damage. These are very good enemies to train parrying on, to practice it. It's how I learned, it's how a lot of other people learn. So personal recommendation is to learn from fighting them. Close inspection can show you that there's an area to walk through underneath these boxes. And there's a guy hiding behind these cupboards. And two-handed gives us a little bit of a different moveset. It's pretty much the same, but has a lot more damage. And here's a man.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Let's see what he's got. Let's buy a throwing knife. Buy one of everything that we don't have, minus the dried finger. We'll be getting those later. He has a resonance key, a bottomless box, and a repair box, and they're all very expensive. He sells daggers, all kinds of equipment. Let's buy an arrow of each. And he sells some armor. Perhaps that's something we should look into, considering we don't have any.
Thank you, kind.
This is the Undead Merchant. Now, if you were to kill him, you can get the Uji Katana, which is a katana weapon and is very strong. It's a lot of people's first choice for weapons early game. And it will ride you out throughout the rest of the game if you upgrade it. It's very strong. It has the bleed mechanic just like the Morningstar, but it has much better reach and damage. Very good weapon, but you do have to kill this merchant to do it, and I won't be getting it that way. There's another way to get it later on. I will be purchasing all of his equipment, probably during the segment where I'm fighting a bunch of enemies. That's where a lot of my souls will go. Ooh, he reached me. There we go. And these are the guys that we saw earlier in the last episode that we were able to see from down below. If we climb the rest of the way back up, that is the pathway that we walked out of to see the Drake. We have some throwing knives here. And if you run and jump, and don't fall off, you can reach this area. Come up here and get yourself a light crossbow with some bolts. Standard crossbow issued to soldiers. While bows require both hands, a crossbow is held in one, but arming each bolt takes time. Equip bolts to use. Press LT and RT to change the type of bolt. So that's interesting. Crossbows can be wielded with one hand. So now this guy's waiting for us. So we'll just hit him with a plunging attack. Oh, firebomb. The other guy's not coming for us yet. So we'll just outrange him. Now we make our way back. And as you can see, we can progress that way. But I've got some items to get. So I'll meet you guys when that happens. Alright, and it appears we've got our first drop. We got the cracked round shield. And the cracked round shield. Round wooden shield, cracked and nearly broken. Wood shields are lighter than metal shields, but this one has lower physical damage and reduction stability, partially due to cracking. And as you can see, it is a rather weak shield. And it appears we have another drop. This time from the warriors, and we got a regular spear. So the regular spear, similar to the wing spear, has much lower requirements to wield, and is slightly weaker. Standard spear used commonly by soldiers, long reach and can be used with shield up. Effective against hard exteriors and can hit for high damage at the right moment of an enemy swing, but the hit radius is small and is easily blocked by shields. Alright, and it appears we got another drop. This time we get the Hollow Warrior's Helm. Sorry, I was in the middle of a fight. And this is a piece of armor. And that tells me that I am right, that the guys with little armor, like these guys, are the warriors. Unless I said the opposite, and then I was wrong. Helm worn by hollow warriors. Although it is made of iron, it is old, battered, and worn out. It is wise to wear a sturdy form of head protection against arrows and other physical threats. And you notice that it has 3 poise. So I'll be equipping it. Even though goofy as it looks, it'll help me out. Poise is the mechanic that allows you to not get staggered by an attack. So if I were to get hit by that attack, I'd still probably get staggered. I don't think I have enough poise for that yet. But there's times where your character will just take the damage, kind of just keep going. You'll notice a lot of enemies do it later on. And that's just part of it. And it appears we have another drop. And we got the short sword. And the short sword. The small straight sword is widely used, to an extent only matched by the long sword. An accessible sword which inflicts consistent regular damage at high thrust damage, making it applicable to a variety of situations. And you'll notice that as this goes on, my humanity count keeps changing. That's due to a mechanic known as I don't know how it's addressed, honestly. Basically, the way it works is as long as you're in an area that you have not killed a boss that has humanoid enemies, and that humanoid is very vague, you will gain humanity randomly. There's not randomly. There's a specific set of numbers. It's a long explanation. I'll link to a video that explains it a lot better in the top right corner right now. But basically, after a certain number of points are accrued from killing enemies, you'll get a point, up till 10 points. Then that's all the soft humanity you can get. I'll go through the footage, and I will show the footage of me getting one right now. And it appears that I got another drop. We got the Hollow Soldier armor this time. Hold on, I gotta kill this guy. He's charging me. Okay. Hollow Soldier armor. Armor worn by Hollow Soldiers. It may be old and battered, but its iron construction makes it quite sturdy. As you can see, it's kind of heavy, at 7.8 pounds, but it offers a lot of defense, including high poise. And you'll notice now that I'm no longer fast rolling. The way that rolling works, as you can see, the equip load in the middle row. Fast roll is under 25% of your maximum equip load. Medium roll, which is what I'm at now, is under 50%, and anything over 50%, you will get fat rolling, or slow rolling, however you want to call it. And additionally, after that, your movement speed is changed in addition to based on your rolling speed. And anything over your maximum equip load, you actually can barely move. And we've got another drop. We get the Hollow Warrior armor this time. So we got the Hollow Soldier last time. This time we get the Hollow Warrior. Armor worn by Hollow Warriors. It is made of thick leather that is tattered with age. Alright. And if we put that on, you notice that we... Oh wait, that's medium roll. Okay. So we still medium roll now. But as you can see, it's different from the Hollow Soldier. And we've got another drop. This time we get the Hollow Soldier's helm. And it's a little better. It's a little heavier, but also provides a lot more defense and poise. Helm worn by Hollow Soldiers. It may be old and battered, but its iron construction makes it quite sturdy. It is wise to wear a sturdy form of head protection against arrows and other physical threats. And we've got another drop. This time we get the Hollow Soldier shield. Our first steel shield. Metal shield wielded by Hollow Soldiers, heavily rusted but sturdy, providing a strong defense. And we've got another drop. We got a titanite shard. Okay, that's unique. We haven't gotten any of those yet. Titanite shard used for weapon reinforcement. Most common titanite material. Reinforces standard weapons to +5. Titanite shards are fragments of the legendary slabs. Titanite is etched into weapons to reinforce. So that's a drop that I'm surprised took this long, but they are your main upgrade material. They're used to upgrade all weapons, and there's plenty of different kinds of titanite. That is the most common, as it said, and you'll need a lot of it. I'll be needing a ton of it. Luckily, there's other ways to acquire it. There we are. I finally got the waistcloth. Alright, so I've got one of the two waistcloths. Also, I got the titanite shard. Hold on. 1 second. Kill this man. Kill his friend who's charging me. Come on. I gotta show the people the item. Alright. So we got the Hollow Soldier's waistcloth. Waistcloth worn by Hollow Soldiers. It is so tattered that it barely serves its purpose anymore. And as you can see, it's very light. There it is, guys. We finally got it. Sorry I clicked through it a little fast. Have it. 1 second. There we are. So that completes the what we got here. Another Hollow Warrior helm. Alright, so we got the Hollow Warrior waistcloth. Waistcloth worn by hollow warriors. It is so tattered that it barely serves its purpose anymore. So as you can see, it's a little bit lighter than the hollow soldiers. Just offers less poise. And slightly less defense. But that finally completes the grinding for this section. And as you can probably tell by my humanity and my souls, that took a while. And you might be thinking to yourself, man, is he going to level up with those souls? Then he'll be super overpowered. You don't have to worry about that. I do not plan on using any of these souls for leveling up. These souls, in fact, will be used to purchase things from the Undead Merchant to be able to show them off. First, I need to kill this guy. I have not gotten the battle axe from them. I don't plan to. There's another way to get it later on. But we're going to do some purchasing.
Never hurts to splurge when your days are numbered.
Alright, so we already purchased some repair powder. Go ahead and give me a dried finger. Give me the resonance key, give me the repair box, give me the bottomless box. Give me a dagger. So you can see I've gotten a lot of short swords. Give me a scimitar, give me a rapier, give me the hand axe, give me a reinforced club, not a spear. Give me a short bow, give me the east-west shield, small leather shield, buckler, leather shield, heater shield, warrior round shield. We already got all the arrows. Give me all of the chain armor. And there we go.
Oh, thank you very much. Come back soon.
Alright. So with that, we just got a ton of equipment. Let's go over the shields real quick. We got the heater shield, which is regarded as one of the best medium-sized shields in the game. It's very good. Small metal shields, a standard widely used shield. The shield is easy to use and is one of the smallest shields that offers 100% physical damage reduction. I went the wrong way. Should have gone up. East-west shield. A wooden shield, decorated with the ancient symbol of a double-headed eagle, painted yellow. Wood shields are lighter than metal shields, but with lower physical... Yeah, you've read that. Buckler. Very small, round metal shield. Parries attacks with large center protrusion. Small shields are always less stable, but landing critical hits after the parry is easier. The shield is specialized for parrying. Round leather-covered shield. A standard widely used shield. Small shields are... Yep, So we have leather shield and then small leather shield. And as you can see, the difference with them is weight and their blocking potential. And that is all of the shield. Oh, warrior's round shield. Round shield crafted in Lordran, decorated with the laborious axe. The giant trees in Lordran are distinct offsprings of the great stone arch trees. The shield inherits their properties, and the wood reduces magic damage. Additionally, we bought the reinforced club, a club with leather nailed to the pommel. The Burg Undead Merchant proudly peddles this club, but its reinforcement is shoddy. Indeed, its attack is stronger, but the club is no longer dependably sturdy. And you can see that with its durability. The regular club has 250 durability, and the reinforced only has 100. With the hand axe, small hand axe appears identical to a lumberjack's tool, but has an ideal weight and strength, and is easy to handle. One wrong swing leaves the wielder wide open, so timing and proximity to the enemy must be judged carefully. Rapier. Standard thrusting sword. Regular one-handed attack can be delivered with shield held up, can parry with use of left hand. Thrusting attacks pierce and are effective against foes with hard exteriors, but the wielder is left wide open to damage after a swing. Scimitar. Small curved sword. Each hit inflicts a little damage, but fluid chain attacks are deadly. The scimitar's sharp slashing attacks are effective against cloth or flesh, but not against metal, armor, or tough scales. And the dagger. The standard small dagger has only the modest attack, but can be jabbed in rapid succession, and is effective in critical hits such as after a parry or when stabbing in the back. With both slash and thrust attacks, this dagger is useful in a variety of situations, or various situations. Alright. And with that, we finished off this section of the Burg, and we can head on. So as you can see, I don't have very many souls left. And I've used up most of them just from buying stuff. So we're going to run forward, run across here, and we got 2 guys with axes. Better deal with them. Keep our distance. Watch out for this guy. And we'll circle him. There we go. And he actually has a longsword. We'll be getting access to that later. Walk in here, and there's another guy waiting for us. But if we just take our opportunity... Oh, I kicked. Whoops. If we take our opportunity to take care of him, there's another one right around the corner. Oop. Stupid wall. If you look down, you can see the staircase. Just bear that staircase in mind. Walk in here. There's a chest. In the chest, we have black firebombs. And black firebombs. Black bisque urn filled with black powder. Explodes, inflicting fire damage. Powerful ranged weapons. Alright, I'm going to skip that section. We've all read it. Black firebombs are especially destructive, so they are stronger than normal firebombs. So that's a really good item. Additionally, if you start with black firebombs as your gift, you can actually kill the Asylum Demon very easily before you get your weapon. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh, I also bought the bottomless box. The repair box. This is just explaining what it does. It's used for repairing. This is just a bottomless box that you can store all your stuff in. A peculiar bottomless wooden box. Its origins are unknown. Some deride it is a symbol of unbridled avarice. And then we also bought the residence key. Key to a residence in the Undead Burg. Simple, sturdy design of the locks in the Burg keep out unwanted visitors. But this is a standard key in these parts and will open several residences. So it's another thing to keep in mind. And then we got these guys, the ones that were throwing firebombs at us from above when we crossed the bridge. Oh, there goes that guy. He fell off. And here we have Soul of the Lost Undead. We're going to heal up just to be safe. Got 9 humanity. I'd like to keep it. It'll be handy for future grinding. And then there's this tower here. And if we walk up this tower, you'll see that there's a sniper up here, ready to shoot us in the back as we try to fight those guys. So we want to take care of him before we do anything. And if we walk out here, here's a key that we can open the a door that we can open with the residence key. If we open up this chest, those guys all kind of just watch us. We get some gold pine resin. Rare pine resin which emits golden sparks. Applies lightning to the right-hand weapon. Affected weapon inflicts rare lightning damage, making it effective against targets that are resistant to both magic and fire. Very effective against dragon family foes. So that's something to keep in mind. Dragons are usually weak to lightning. And I believe that adds a flat 150 damage of lightning damage to your attacks, which is a lot. And we'll knock his shield away. There we go. There's a guy with a barrel up here. So if you walk up, you can see that guy standing behind a barrel. He's going to light it on fire and kick it at us. So if we move out of the way, we can get there and then fight him. He charges you almost immediately. Just wanted to clear him out. Let's go ahead and top off our health. As we proceed down here, you notice that enemy. That is a Black Knight. Servant of Lord Gwyn from the intro. As you can see, they're a very fearsome enemy. This is effectively a mini-boss for the area. There are two main ways to deal with them. One is to parry them. The other is to try to backstab them. An unrecommended way is trying to fight them normally. They are very fast, they don't stagger, and they hit really hard. You need to take advantage of your mobility and beat them. I'm going to parry, for the most part, because of this small area. If you actually sneak very quietly, you can get a backstab at the beginning of this fight. Just like that. Now I'm going to back up so he'll come to me. And that's first parry. You kind of get a hang for their timing after a while. You just got to know their tells and know when to parry. I will say I've mastered this over a lot of time. This is not easy to do. It just takes a lot of focus to make sure that you don't parry early. And that's how you handle a Black Knight. And we got a titanite chunk, which is a very high level upgrade material. As you can see, it's up to level 14. Not found outside of Lordran. Standard reinforces standard weapons to plus 14 and crystal and lightning weapons to plus 4. With the discovery of chunks in Lordran, the race to locate the legendary slabs has begun. But could they be mere myth? And he was guarding something. A blue tearstone ring. This rare gem called Tearstone has the uncanny ability to sense imminent death. This blue Tearstone from Katarina boosts the defense of its wearer when in danger. So anytime your HP gets low while wearing that ring, it will give you a defense buff to try to help you survive. It is one of two rings like this that are based on your health from Katarina. This is the first. So now we'll head up. And as we climb, notice a bunch of barrels. Here's a fog wall. Now I'm going to switch my equipment really quickly. Back to the club. Because in this barrel is a titanite lizard. I wanted to kill him. So as you can see, he gave me 2 twinkling titanite and a titanite chunk. These enemies do not respawn, but they will run away and try to disappear. And a spear is not the ideal weapon to try to hit them with. But now that that's dealt with, go over the twinkling titanite real quick. This weapon-reinforcing titanite is imbued with a particularly powerful energy. Reinforces weapons that cannot be reinforced normally to plus 5. After this titanite was peeled from its slab, it is said that it received a special power, but its specific nature is not clear. We find ourselves on a bridge. The beautiful view in the distance. The sun's rays casting through the clouds. And what appears to be the barren wasteland in the distance. What's happened to this world? If you listened carefully, you'll have heard a couple of guys up here, shifting as I walked through the door, waiting with crossbows to shoot me in the back. We aren't going to let that happen. If you look carefully right there, you'll notice that does not look like a building. It's not. I highly recommend for this fight that you equipped your gold pine resin and be ready to put it on your weapon. As you walk forward, an enemy will jump out. This is the Taurus Demon. It's highly recommended that you climb up here as he runs over. Put on your resin. Wield your weapon in 2 hands. Lock on and do a jump. Oh no. I messed up the jump attack, but I still got the plunging attack. But that is highly recommended. I'm sorry, I'd show off his moves better if I could, but it's very hard to fight him on this bridge. Because he's so big and the bridge is so small. But I'll deal with him. And with that, we killed the Taurus Demon. And we continue on. My best advice for the Taurus Demon is to just focus him down as quickly as you can. You're very capable of staggering him. I'm going to unequip the gold pine resin. And once you stagger him, just lay on damage as thick as you can. Just don't let him one-shot you. He has a few big hits that you want to avoid. And try to fight him as close to that entrance as you can, because there are edges on the side of the bridge that he'll knock you off of and you'll die. Who's this?
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
So that's Solaire. He's going to be a friend for a while. So, if you remember, this is the bridge that we saw from above. I mean, from below. Can't see it from this side, but on the other side of this wall, we can. However, if you remember, there was a drake that interrupted us earlier and flew up into here. So we should keep an eye out for that. And by that I mean run forward and run back, because here it is. And it'll torch the entire bridge. If we look down, that's the Undead Burg. So we're just going to run forward. Quickly run down these stairs. And as we walk down here, find a ladder. That leads us back to the old bonfire. The one we started at. And I think it's time for a rest. So that's going to be it for this time. Next time, we will deal with the Hellkite Drake, make our way further into the Undead Burg, and continue from there. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. And don't you dare go hollow.